Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Ronald Ray here, your boy with a cornbread accent. Welcome you to this week's episode of Wrestling Gold Friday Night. Appreciate everybody tuning in and checking it out this week. Of course, this is where we're talking about the good old days of professional wrestling, back when wrestling was wrestling and wrestling was real. And damn it, it is still real to us. And yes, it is Friday night, so you folks know what to do. Grab your drink. It could be alcoholic, non-alcoholic, wherever you want. Beer, wine, Coke, water, Pepsi. I don't really recommend Pepsi, but if it's Pepsi, any kind of soda, water, anything you want. Give a toast to the hard working men and women out there who worked hard this week and who are going to be working hard this weekend. We all salute you. So cheers. Oh, not only is it Friday, it is Friday the 13th. Um, See, I'm kind of torn which one to watch. I, last time I wa- okay, last time I watched 3 and 4. Let me know, chat. Should I go with 5 and 6? I'm not a huge fan of Friday the 13th Part 5. I like 6, 5 and 8. I'm just not too thrilled with. I'm not sure. See, I think I have just a Paramount ones. I don't think I have Jason Goes to Hell or Jason X. I got so as far as the Paramount canon. Um, two of the ones I really didn't like was uh 5 and 8. I didn't like the whole uh was it New Beginning, which was really not a new beginning. Uh, Nor did I like the Jason Takes Manhattan deal. Um, I did watch a what was it? Yes, last couple. No, it was today. I watched it. Well, listened to it on the way home. Um, this guy was ranking his favorite Friday 13th movies, and he called, let's see, 6 is Jason Lives, right? So it was 7 where he battled the what do you call it, the psychic chick. He called it Jason versus Carrie. Um, two is like one of my favorite. 2 and 3, I don't know. It seems to me not a lot of people like 3. Um, I like 4. 4 is really good. I really did like. Okay, it's one of those series that, yeah, okay, from uh I didn't like 5, so I say 6 and 7. There were 6, 7, Jason Goes to Hell, and Jason X were just fun watches, not great. Uh, I think 1 through 4 told a pretty good complete story. Yeah, the Freddy versus Jason movie was good too. That was a fun watch. But yeah, let me know. Should I really just? I mean, maybe because it has been a while since I watched 5. It's been 20 years since I've watched 5. The New Beginning. So just let me know during the course of the night if I should just give 5 another try. That's all. Give 5 another, give 5 another try. And of course, I'll turn around and probably watch 6 right after that. But yeah, speaking of which, hello Karen, hello Joe. How you folks doing? Oh yeah, love the Freddy movies. One, two. I know you do watch a wrestling podcast or stream, but we started talking about slasher movies. That's kind of what happens here. Go from one thing, leap to another one. It's all about fun. All about the fun. Arnold's. I can't even tell you who is all. In. I mean, I mean, spoiler alert. I mean, wasn't the EMTs okay? Like the boy gets murdered in it in the beginning, then a basically a copycat Jason comes in to the I guess troubled teens home or whatever. Oh, okay, okay, okay. Different strokes, different strokes. Yeah, if I see him, I know who you're talking about. Uh, Derek, Dexter, something like that. Totally forgot. But so yeah. Anyway, if you're out there, watch me on Facebook Live or uh YouTube. On YouTube, join me in the chat. If you're on Facebook, give a comment. Tell me what you think. Um, or just be friendly, say hello. That's always pretty cool. Uh, we're talking about slasher movies right now. So I mean, what's your favorite Friday the 13th movie? If you, uh, feel free to share that. But yeah, I was like I said, the original Paramount series wasn't really a fan of 5 and 8. So 1 through 4, 6 and 7. Um, that's usually I like the even though Jason Goes to Hell wasn't great. Some reason I still always thought it was kind of cool. Uh, Jason X is just a fun. If you just like those kind of movies that just had the brutal uh, deletions, I can say that. Then Jason X is totally cool. I mean, takes that one person, puts her face in that. I guess that solution. Well, yeah, I know Gary Coleman, but I can't remember Arnold's. Oh, Gary Coleman was Arnold, but his friend, I forgot. I even forgot the character. I mean, I couldn't tell you the actor's name, but don't make me look it up. I'll look- Remember? Oh, Dudley. Dudley. That's his name. His friend was name is Dudley. Played by Shaver Ross, and of course Charlene was played by Janet Jackson. Yeah, Gary Coleman. Anyway, so yeah, his friend was name is Dudley. It did, but I just didn't have. I didn't, you know, I'm sitting there. I want to watch a Friday the 13th movie that has Jason, or like Jason Goes to Hell. At least it had, uh, weird. God, that movie was weird. At least Jason in another person's body. What was that, other movie? It was kinda like that, where did it have, like, John Lithgow or something in it? Called Fallen or something like that, where he touched somebody and his whole thing or his soul, I guess, whatever, went in somebody else's body. Well, yeah, I mean, but I think they didn't they all have some, boobage, so it wasn't like, none of them have boobage. But yeah, so where was I at? Oh, yeah, join me in the chat on YouTube, join me in the comments, let me know what your favorite Friday the 13th movie is, if you have one, uh, or, talk about or just or blurt out a memory or say hello or say today's wrestling sucks, yesterday's classic wrestling was better, or today's wrestling rules, whatever you want to say. I don't, it's all good. Also, hey, help your boy out. Click that thumbs up button. And if you're not a subscriber to my YouTube channel, go to my YouTube channel, click subscribe. Don't forget that notification bell. Also, if you're not following me on Facebook, hey, be a champ that way too. Go to Facebook, friend me, follow me, however you want to do it. It's all cool. Let's see. I do need to get on Twitter more, but it's kind of. I guess I could because I guess I could start tweeting and then writing my notes at the same time. I don't know. It's kind of hard to keep up with the notes and then try to tweet something might be entertaining. But yeah, you can still follow me on Twitter. Every once in a while, I have a something funny to share on Facebook. Not as much that not as much as I used to. Basically, I just use Facebook for to plug my shit. That's that is about it. Uh, oh no, no, no. I mean, of course, this is my opinion. Um, today's wrestling is today's wrestling. I give it that. Do I enjoy some of it? Yes. But if you put me in a time machine, send me back to the '80s and go back and watch all of '80s stuff, I'm on board for that. I would definitely love to relive that shit. In fact, one time, I had this female friend, and we had okay, honestly, we wouldn't high or anything. She was a school teacher, so of course she wouldn't, at least during school. Well, nah, she was kind of a goody two shoe. Um, but we would have these offhand conversations, and one of these offhand conversations, or not offhand, but kind of out there conversations. And one of the conversations we had one night was okay, basically from like 6 to 10, 15 to 20, 21 to 26. That's the age go in. What age period would you want to live in the 60s, 70s, 80s? So I think let's see. Of course I picked like the like 5 through or the 5 through 10, 6 through 10 or whatever, in the 60s or from like 65 to 70, whatever. Um, then maybe You know, 15 to 20, uh, in the 80s, then like 21 to 26, 70s. Uh, based on the reason I was wanting to get like, be a child in the 60s so I know it sounds bad, folks, but that whole Vietnam War was, from everything I've read, uh, if you wanna chime in on this too, go ahead, but because I wasn't alive at the time, but so I have, like, no experience except for the movies, Full Metal Jacket, Platoon. Hamburger Hill was actually pretty good too. But, yeah, oh yeah, 80s rule. But where was I going with this? Yeah, that Vietnam thing seemed like a hot mess and the draft and stuff like that, so, from what I've read, like I said, I did not live it, stuff like that, so I'd rather be a kid, like, not, way below the age of 18 when the Vietnam thing was going on, th to avoid that draft altogether. Uh, but seeing movies like, Dazed and Confused, oh my gosh. So it looks like it'd be cool to be a teenager during those times, um, in the '70s, and of course, I wanna be 21 to 26 in the '80s so I can, know, buy tickets to go to Omni, watch Georgia Championship Wrestling and shit like that. That's about it. Have a job, I guess, flipping pizzas. Like, I guess it would be Ken's Pizza, not Mazio's Pizza, or if there was even probably just a Pizza Hut there if I lived in the same town. But but yeah, uh, that's kind of controversial, and that was like my answer too. So, but yeah, totally be kind of a young adult in my 20s, living in the 80s, going to the Omni, checking out some wrestling, and screw it. It's like, okay, oh, let's see. You plan it out too, because what was it? Sometimes there'll be um Atlanta, Marietta at the Cobb County Civic Center. I think they did some shows in Athens, also in Porterdale. So I'm like, man, that's I can make those drives, especially my 20s. Nowadays, I think I drive way um, oh, and I mean, ticket prices were like pretty cheap. So yeah, this hop on time machine, uh, de-aged me about 30 years, give or take. I get well, 30 years, I'll be 19, close enough. Um, because I did start, I guess you can call it my career now when I was 19. Oh yes, J&J, yeah, that's right, J&J Center in Athens. Did I say Athens? I know did I say Athens? So yeah, yeah, that's like all driving, nice little driving distance, Atlanta, Marietta, Athens. So yeah, we got seen all that cool shit back in the day, back in the heyday. And um, didn't we have an aunt and uncle live in Carrollton? I think I had an aunt and uncle who lived in Carrollton. So yeah, I could probably talk my aunt and uncle, say, hey, don't mind if I crash here, for the night. That way I ain't got, drive 2 or 3 hours, try to drive 2 hours back and catch the Carrollton shows. But just make sure I get to work. Gotta do that. Gotta do that. Um, but yeah, I sometimes I don't. I guess we should have saved this later for the bullshit section. Sometimes I just don't. I wonder if I can't figure out if I was born too late or too early because I was actually, this is how old I am. A coworker's son just started working with us. He's his son is 33, which means he was only 3 years old when I started. I actually told the president, head honcho, his name is on the building, his signature's on my paychecks. I was like, "Sir, I retire. I'm ready to retire right now." Uh, um, 'Cause yeah, I said, "Hey, he's 33 now. He was 3 years old when I started. I want my Rolex right now." He kinda let us he's like, "No, you can't. I can't I nah, I can't have you retire right now." I actually prefer Yingling Light over the other one, but like I said a couple of weeks ago, I'm like, I'm not jumping around stores just to get different beer. Oh, oh, good, you know what I'm saying? Alright, let's get to the wrestling talk, before, the fantasy, wanna get in a time machine and I mean, think about it too, uh, if you're a teenager in the '70s also, man, '70s were a pretty cool, tight time in wrestling too. Maybe take a vacation one day and head to Memphis, check out a show at the Mid-South Coliseum. Yeah, I yeah, uh, I'm with that going on, I probably would have never lost my virginity. I would I would have never got to know what it feels like to get close to a woman ever, ever, ever. Come on, or could have gotten with some rat, maybe, possibly. Anyway, let's get back to the wrestling talk for uh, the Karen pool. I was so happy to born when I was. It was the best. I do feel bad for the next generation. Oh yeah, it sucks now. It sucks because um, hmm, put it to you this way: back in those days, uh, you're playing games or hanging out with your buddies. Uh, you call all your friends English cigarettes, and nobody cared. Um, Plus, we didn't record everything. If you did dumb stuff back then, and how quickly like people's emotions change a little bit, don't get whatever. If you're on video saying something when you're like 18, 19, 20, 25, whatever, they'll bring that shit back up when you're like 50 something and worked hard to, get to a point to where you're going to get uh, one of the big things you wanted to achieve. And then, oh, look at this from when you were 15. And depending on what side you're on, they'll counsel you and, you know, uh, want to hang you right there. But yeah. Yeah, and, I wouldn't be one of the cool kids now. I would never try Tide Pods. Tide Pods wouldn't be, my thing. Um, I mean, some dumb things I did. I mean, let's face it, people, talking about you people out there probably my age or around it, give or take 5 years. We all did dumb shit, and we can sit there and, like, oh, just exhale it out. Breathe a sigh of fresh air going, "Nobody recorded shit. Go." Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, I mean, okay, so, like, some of your buddies you hang out with were all, let's just say, English cigarettes, but we all gained each other's mom, like, fornicated each other's mom. That's how it was. Literally, that's how it was. And, you know, we just come back and say, "Fuck you," and that's it. Go about our business. Get back to get back to where we was going. 'Cause you'll come back with another one. You say, "Look, you English cigarette," or what was it, oh gosh, those little, uh, this is yeah. But yeah, like I said, you don't want me to try would get killed. And sometimes, okay, there's a difference between being, like, really mean about it and really meaning what they're saying, and it's just your buddies joking around. To the bullies and stuff like that, yeah, those are fighting words. We're not gonna shoot each other, we're gonna fight. We're gonna put the dukes up and, throw hands. But nowadays, like like Karen said, get you killed, get you shot, stabbed, or something like that. But, uh, but yeah, and I mean, it's kinda weird. It was like, when I was a kid and say an aunt and uncle say, "Hey, how you doing at school?" We say, "Hey, we're doing fine. What's your favorite subject?" Social studies, science, blah, 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 PE, recess, English later on. Yeah, I think my favorite subjects were English and and social studies, especially like when you talking about like geography and history and things like that. And of course, loved English because read books and stories and seeing how creative people can be, and knowing that I'm kind of like more uh kind of person that's like if somebody's like so amazing at something I can't do, my hat's off to them. So you kind of gravitate to looking and watching and listening whatever art they're performing, especially creative wise, because it's all. But then of course history. I love history. Love some reason I like social. I guess because I did so good at it. At that time I had when I was really younger, uh, I had a really good memory, so I did like really good at like history and geography and uh, all those social studies type uh, deals. I remember when I became an uncle and my nieces and nephews were in like elementary, junior high, high school. I'd be like, "How you doing in school?" "I don't know. I don't know. Don't know what's your favorite subject?" "I don't know. I don't know." Like, "Fuck." And, you know, I'll at least lie about it. You know what I'm saying? Saying, "Yeah, I'm doing fantastic. They gonna get a academic scholarship." I know I did plenty of times. "I'm doing fantastic." Yeah, math is not kicking my ass one bit. Uh, I mean, I did okay at math. It's just that's one of those things that, I probably could have done better if I just applied myself, but I did better at it when I went to community college, so I did great at math, in community college. Guess those, let's see, 20 26 years of working at an engineering company, made me pretty good at math, problem solving, things like that. So, um, it helped me out in community college. And so far, community college has taught me to say, "You know what? That idea is pretty good, but what about if we do this?" Instead of, "That's fucking stupid. My idea is way fucking better." So, that's children, that's what, college teach you, depending on what you I mean, if you're, liberal arts, which really is, it's just general studies. That's all it is. Um, it might teach you that, I think. No, it just if you get a degree of that, kinda makes you insufferable. But it's just a fancy way of saying general education in college. Anyway, how did I get off on that tangent? Okay, tonight, okay, you know how last night when, we blamed Joe for, getting me off on some real world bullshit, uh, blame Karen Poole for tonight, getting me off on a tangent on some real world bullshit. Now let's talk about wrestling. Let's talk about the history of professional wrestling. Of course, today is, like I said, like we've done said, it's Friday the 13th. So cue me in on your favorite Friday the 13th movies, if you have one. Um, let's see, if you haven't seen one, see the first one. The first one's fine. I mean, the first one is not really, yes, it's a slasher, but it's not like anything supernatural. Don't want, I mean, you haven't seen, it, you probably know the ending of it, but let's just say it's nothing really supernatural. It's pretty, it's not supernatural. Check it out. It's good. It's not like, Nightmare on Elm Street where it's a lot of supernatural stuff. This, the first Friday the 13th movie, nothing supernatural at all. Just it's about a mother missing her son. Anyway, let's talk about the history here. Let's go. All right. Ooh, something else. So, On this day in 1971, here we go. Alberto Torres suffers internal injuries during a match in Verdigre, New England, when teaming with Cowboy Bob Ellis against Ox Baker and the Claw. The Claw was Tom Andrews, sure, while defending the Midwest Tag Team titles. Unfortunately for Alberto Torres, he would pass away 3 days later. The big story is had Ox Baker in it. Uh, so on June 13, 1971, Ox Baker and his partner Claw were wrestling the AWA Midwest Tag Team Champions Alberto Torres and Cowboy Bob Ellis. Oh, excuse me, Verdigre, Nebraska. Sorry, not New England. Stupid. I feel like an idiot now. Anyway, that's not. Torres died shortly after the match that was caused determined as a result from heart disease, not the heart punch. Uh, this was worked into the ankle, where in which Baker Ox Baker's finishing maneuver was the heart punch, and was blamed for Torres's death, uh, and kind of reinforced Baker's heel persona. About a year later, a year and another month, on August 1st, 1972, Ox Baker lost to Ray Gunkel. Following the match, Gunkel also passed away. His death was uh, attributed to a blood clot, which led to a heart attack, or simply heart disease. Again, the death was worked into Baker's character, and in 1974, a riot erupted in Cleveland, Ohio, when Baker conti- continually heart punched his opponent, Ernie Ladd, after the match was finished. So, yes, this is something that probably cannot be used today. So, yeah, this is basically what Ox Baker's really famous for. Famous for the heart punch, and being in the match where two wrestlers wind up dying from heart disease afterwards, or something to do with a heart attack, heart disease afterwards. Um, and it, of course, uh, Escape from New York was in that movie. So that's three. That's two things he's really famous for. Not something that you want to really carry over too well. Something like that definitely will not get over with today. Sprung a lot of heat. He threw some money with it, but uh, not something that cool today. On this day in 1977 in West Palm Beach, Florida, in the auditorium, Pat Patterson and Ivan Koloff defeated Jerry and Jack Briscoe. Uh, Due to the controversial finish, the tag team titles were held up, but afterwards, Pat Patterson and Ivan Koloff would be the NWA Florida Tag Team Champions. On this day in 1981, the Pat and Mike Kelly twin brothers won the WWA Tag Team titles from Wilbur Snyder and Spike Huber. Um, Unfortunately, in I believe it was So yeah, it was Mike Kelly who was in a unfortunate car accident with Adrian Adonis in Canada at the end of his life. Um, so on this night, they did win the WWE Tag Team Championship from Spike Huber and Wilbur Snipe. So if you do remember that Kelly name, it was that's Mike passed away in that car accident. The Dark Side of the Ring with Adrian Adonis, pretty good little watch. Goes into more detail about that accident. And gosh, was it somebody actually stole one of the people who passed away's watch or something, wallet? Horrible people, horrible. On this day in 1990, uh, the National Wrestling Alliance, or WCW, presented Clash of the Champions 11 in Charleston, South Carolina, at the McAllister Fieldhouse, drawing 4,100 people. Shown live on WTBS Channel 17. Steve Armstrong and Tracy Smothers, the Southern Boys, defeated the Freebirds, Jimmy Garvin and Michael Hayes. Tommy Rich defeated Bam Bam Bigelow by disqualification. Tom Sink and Mike Rotundo defeated the Samoan SWAT team, Fatu and the Samoan Savage. Of course, Fatu Rikishi, Samoan Savage, Tonga Kid, won the Islanders, uh, and won the start. Tonga Tom and Body Slam. Mark Callis, who would grow up to become The Undertaker, defeated Brian Pillman. Rock and Roll Express defeated Midnight Express by disqualification. Barry Windham defeated Doug Furnace. Lex Luger defeated Sid Vicious. NWA World Tag Team Champions Doom defeated Rick and Scott Steiner. Paul Orndorff pinned Arn Anderson. And the Junkyard Dog defeated NWA World Champion Ric Flair by disqualification. This is when Sting was hurt and they brought in Dog. Lex Luger turned babyface. Still the United States champion. Paul Orndorff was sprung in. They were like the dude. They call themselves dudes with attitude. The battle against the Four Horsemen. Sting got hurt along with the Steiner brothers. They were all the dudes with attitude. And you kids remember that one. On this date, in 1993, the WWF presented King of the Ring. This is the first time it was presented on pay per view. Took place in Fairburn, Ohio, at the Nutter Center, drawing 6,500 people. Still during that little wrestling recession going on. Let's see. USW in a dark match, USWA Unified Champion Papa Shango defeated Owen Hart. Bret Hart defeated Razor Ramon. Kurt Hennig defeated Mr. Hughes by DQ. Bam Bam Bigelow defeated Jim Duggan. Tatanka battled Lex Luger to a time limit draw. Bret Hart pinned Mr. Perfect. Yokozuna pinned Hulk Hogan when he was blinded by uh, fire being shot at him through a camera. Thus, Yokozuna becoming the two-time WWF World Heavyweight Champion. And this was the last match of Hulk Hogan till the WrestleMania match with him and The Rock. I forgot what year it was. The Smoking Guns, Billy and Bart Gunn, teamed with Rick and Scott Steiner to defeat the Head Shrinkers, Samu and Fatu, who were formerly the Samoan SWAT team, and Money Incorporated, Erwin R. Shyster, IRS, Mike Rotundo, and Ted DiBiase. Intercontinental Champion Shawn Michaels, Ben Crush, who was Brian Adams, and in the finals of the King of the Ring tournament, Bret Hart defeated Bam Bam Bigelow to win the tournament. He was king of the ring. Then he was confronted by the true king of professional wrestling. Yes, confronted by Jerry the King Lawler, true king of wrestling. Of course, Jerry wound up attacking Bret Hart, claimed himself the true king of professional wrestling. This would kick off their feud. Pretty good feud. Lasted kind of a while. They kind of went on and off a little bit, and think the one of the blow off matches was a kiss my foot match. Ugh, nasty. On this date in 1994 in Memphis, Tennessee, at the Mid South Coliseum, PG-13. JC Ice and Wolfie D. We got to see Wolfie D last week on our watch along. They defeated another team we got to watch last week on our watch along. That being the Eliminators, Perry Satter and John Cronus. Had a little bit of a lengthy conversation about them. How man they could have probably been one regarded as one of the biggest tag teams ever in wrestling. Like Road Warriors, Dudleys, Briscoes, R&R, Midnights. If they could have stuck together, could have put the Eliminators. I think could have had great matches with the Dudleys. Could have had great matches with the Hardys, um, Edge and Christian, Too Cool. Uh, name them. They could have had great matches with all of them. On this date in 1999, WCW presented the Great America Bash in Baltimore, Maryland, at the Baltimore Arena, drawing 11,672, shown live on pay per view. We had Hardcore Hack, who was a Sandman, pinned Ryan Knobs in a hardcore match. Dan Hammer defeated Mikey Ripwreck. Yeah, this is a time where a lot of the ECW faithfuls were jumping ship to WCW. I think they will all wind up going back way before it, because I think they pretty much closed down at the same time. Buff Bagwell defeated Disco Inferno. Conan and Rey Mysterio Jr. defeated Kurt Hennig and Bobby Duncan Jr. Ernest Miller defeated Horace Hogan. Ric Flair defeated Roddy Piper by disqualification. WCW TV champion Rick Steiner defeated Sting in a Falls Count Anywhere match. Diamond Dallas Page and Canyon defeated Chris Benoit and Perry Saturn to win the WCW World Tag Team titles. And in the main event, it was Kevin Nash defeating Randy Savage by disqualification. Kevin Nash was the WCW World Champion at the time. And that does it for today in wrestling history. So, I said, kind of mentioned for the World Wrestling All Stars. Um, was a promotion territory in Indianapolis, Indiana. So yes, the same Spike Huber who, as I talked about last week when we was watching the Memphis one, um, he was one. I did not know at the time he wrestled as long as he had, but he actually debuted in 1974 and what was it, 1994? So years he was in the business when he was wrestling at or for the USWA. So yes, the World Wrestling Association was an Indianapolis-based professional wrestling promotion, which was operated by the Bruiser and his business partner Wilbur Snyder. It was affiliated with the larger American Wrestling Federation and recognizes its champions, along with its own those in Indianapolis-based powerful women in wrestling, which um, they had Glow, then LPWA, then professional or powerful women of wrestling. I think they just call it PAL for a long time. The World Wrestling Association, operating under its legal name, Championship Wrestling of Indianapolis, or excuse me, Indiana Incorporated, was established in 1964 by William Aiflis and Wilbur Snyder. Duo purchased the Indianapolis NWA promotion in 1964 from its longtime promoter, Jim Barnett, who at the time was attempting to start up a promotion in Australia. Brock Hudson was, who at the time was the name of the promotion was taken from the former promotions of the Chicago and Los Angeles areas. In 1965, the WWA purchased the Chicago-based Fred Kohler Enterprises from Fred Kohler. In May of the same year, the promotion ceased operations events in Detroit. The promotion developed wrestlers such as Bobby Heenan and amateur wrestler Greg. Please have a giving. Great Wojo, Greg Wajanowski. Um, he wrestled under the name of Great Wojo, held the WWA World Heavyweight Championship 3 times. Years later, Scott Steiner will actually have his start in the WWA promotion, wrestling under his real name, Scott Recksteiner. The talent sharing agreement with AWA, American Wrestling Association, head and longtime champion Vern Gagne brought forth other talent, including the Crusher and Baron von Raschke. WWA also put a joint wrestling events with the AWA in 1996. In 1971, the WWA returned to promoting events in Detroit and competition with the NWA Detroit office until 1975. WWE tried to make it a go in the mid 1980s when Vince McMahon's World Wrestling Federation was buying regional promotions across the country, but the Bruisers' advancing age and talent drained to the WWF were too much, and the WWA ceased promoting matches in 1989. So there's our history. Are we ready to check some out? Right. Uh, Copy the link, put it in the chat.
I just found a brand.
There. Here it is in the chat. So whenever you folks are ready, let me know, and we'll start this thing. See what the WWA, and of course, I was trying to get 1981 close to the same time that I discussed here this evening, the title change, but they didn't have anything in 1981. The earliest thing I could find was July 1982, and it might be pretty interesting. Say that. Might have a lot of laughs in this one. But yeah, whenever you're ready, let me know, and I'll do a little countdown, push play. Put my stuff in. Right. And five, four, three, two, one. Press play now. And we start off with Barracuda by Heart. Sam Miniker. Harry Black, one of the best timekeepers ever in the business. There's old Spike Huber. The strength. Don't think that's Ed Lewis in that mask. They go forearm there. Come on now. Yes. The Strangler from Parts Unknown, which was about 5 miles south of Every Girl's Dream, um, 2 miles, about 30 miles east of Every Man's Nightmare, and it's a suburb of, I do believe, Truth or Consequences, New Mexico. There is a neighborhood there called From Anywhere I Damn Well Want to Be. So, very tight community there. It was like, look, Spike, watch those go behinds. Got spikes all over you. That look, buddy. See, it's kind of funny watching stuff like this now. I mean, you could get heat from just not breaking from the ropes. That would be considered cheating. But now it's like, everybody does it. Yes, he does. The ref looks like he might be at the wrong side of some bullying. Yep. Um, yeah, I say he's been tossing some lockers, some trash cans. Carter didn't drink a whole lot of milk in this day because he didn't have any, extra milk money. But hey, he's a referee now. Deep arm drag and a counter to the head. Good old this don't look right. See, if I was wrestler, this would be one of those moves I'd be afraid of. So I'd be afraid the person in the or person who's got me in the or head scissor would fart on me. Any wrestlers online right now? Have you ever farted on a wrestler just for spite? Get in there, Foot Locker. Come on. You're an official now. You don't have to be bullied anymore. You are the law. Yes, so fluently. Oh, at that figure four. Checking ref. You checking the wrong person, ref. There you go, Foot Locker. There you go. That is it. It go to the pay window, baby, with the figure four. Of course, this is Sam Miniker. He's going to the pay window. Spike Huber winning the match with a devastating figure four. Oh yeah, the hooded hangman, folks. The legend himself with the legendary manager, the Reverend Hampton. Oh, he was about to say Brian Johnson of AC/DC there. Cause I'm cheating. Oh, uh, it's Sounds like the or the play-by-play man is a little bit got a crush on the hooded hangman. Actually, the hooded hangman, he was an 8-time All-American at the in Greco-Roman thumb wrestling at the Parts Unknown Elementary School. So that's a little bit in the athletic background of the hooded hangman. Also Parts Unknown. Uh, Next door neighbors with the Strangler. They sometimes hang out, drink some beers, have some barbecues. Yeah, them sideburns. Now, and the hooded hangman, he didn't he didn't go to college at Parts Unknown University. He would actually uh go to anywhere I want to university, located in Truth and Consequences, New Mexico. He earned his bachelor's degree in home ec. One, that's is that it? One? Oh no, damn. Oh Cooper, what? Such a brave guy, kicked out of that, raised the arm up. Huge slam by the hangman. There he goes again. One, two. Right, that's one one courageous action at a time now. Just couldn't handle that power of the hooded hangman. Yeah, yeah. At least this big dude looks like a hangman. I mean, he's got a mask on, but and has a bachelor's degree in home ec. And Pier High School, and that's a main event anywhere in the country. They probably had a huge sellout, turned everybody away, standing room only. The Sheik and Abdullah, I believe that's probably Abdullah the Butcher, the Bruiser, Pat O'Connor. Packed to the rafters. Get your tickets today, or they will be sold out. Or as Ricky Morton would say, sold the fuck out. It's going to be a no disqualification match. That is tonight at 8 o'clock. So Be there. Be, be there. Oh, Dr. Jerry Graham Jr. Good God. That reminds me, yeah, no DQ. You got to go. Gotta be there. Who's that? Rick Moranis' illegitimate brother. Get this thing off of me. No. Okay, never mind. Just looking up Jerry Graham Jr. Apparently, he has an interview about his career on YouTube. UConn Music. Devastating side headlock. So let's see. Moose Kulak, real name Edward Kulak, competed in North American regional promotions from 1952 to 1987, primarily in the Midwest and Northeast. The nearly 400-pound Kuluk was known for wearing a moose head to the ring, giving a moose call prior to his matches. Let's see. Actually, he'll win many tag team championships and sometimes singles. Kuluk won the International Wrestling Association Championship in Japan in 1963 against Ricky Dozen. So he was actually he also worked as an engineer for Chicago Streets and Sanitation Department on nights and weekends when he wasn't booked to wrestle. Kuluk also worked in his family's tavern and let's see, Element Beach Inn. Charlie meet or Kuluk met Arlene, his wife of 45 years, at that tavern. Well, I actually got a theory about that. Of course, there was Jerry Graham Jr. playing around with his tallywhacker, I guess. It's not like he's supposed to be a smart dude. But I think it's because you got to remember back when they had territories, you know, you had all these athletes who would try to play football, and if they didn't get drafted, sometimes these promoters, like your Bill Watts, like your um, Eddie Graham, Ole Anderson, all these guys, would kind of recruit these athletes to become professional wrestlers. So, you got these. Look at, I mean, this guy probably. I mean, it doesn't say if he. So yes, this guy played, you know, football in college at University of Wisconsin, um, but joined the Navy during the Korean War. In addition to boxing and wrestling in the service, he was trained as a DB engineer. So yeah, he did play football, and I guess well, he joined the Navy during the war. Um, that pretty much cut off his you know football dreams. Got into wrestling. They basically these if you was a legit athlete in those days, you would probably get recruited. I mean, I know a few weeks ago we was watching Jim Wilson. Um, despite his not so great ring talent, at least he was a legit athlete. Played football for UGA. Played some pro football. Jim Duggan played pro football, collegiate football, along with Stan Hansen. Even Dusty played base. Randy Savage played baseball. I think Randy Savage was actually drafted by the Cardinals, if I'm mistaken. But regardless, the fact is they would get like legit athletes, and sometimes legit athletes would be uh 5'10" to 6 foot something. Not sure. Let's see. Yeah, this guy was billed as 6'4", and obviously not body guy. It's a big corn-fed steak and potato with some couple pints of beer. Um, that does have something with it, but I mean, look at pro football, look at basketball, look how tall those guys are. Even baseball, and baseball players have like tall players. Tell them what you think. But once that 'Cause see, here's the thing too, is like when you had the territories, you could, recruit a real athlete, train them, book them. They're doing good. You can pay them a pretty good livable, wage. Um, I mean, were they making millions of dollars? Well, eh, especially those days, even I think even Bill Watts said, uh, reason he didn't, you know, I think, the Vikings or somebody like that offered him a contract, but they weren't gonna let him wrestle during the off season. So, that's screwed. I can make more money wrestling full time than I can playing football. Ernie Ladd, uh, Ernie Ladd wasn't paid nowhere I don't think near what players are playing today, and that's what he did. Even though he was a star football player, he wrestled in the off season to, get, extra money. We was talking about, different strokes. I don't know if you remember that old '80s show, Webster? The guy who played Webster as adoptive father, I forgot his character's name, but he was played by Alex Karras, the same guy who played Mad Bull. Um, he played pro football and also would supplement his income through wrestling. But now, you know, these athletes, they go to college, they don't get drafted, and nowadays you just, especially starting out, you're not going to make a whole lot of money. Um, starting out, I mean, what you got now, you don't have territories that made wrestlers a living wage. You have independent promotions, and it takes you a long time to be an independent star to know eventually trying to make a living. So if they don't get drafted, they probably have a degree. So therefore, it's like, why should I use my body for $20? For, you know, work, Fridays and Saturdays for $20 until I do get a name. I mean, you don't see that like Moose in TNA. You just not gonna see an athlete do that these days. Now, I will say though, um, what the WWE is doing that next in line thing, they will go to colleges stuff like that, try to recruit uh, legit athletes to sign a uh, next in line contract. I don't know how much that is, but you know, train and stuff like that. If sure it's like anything else, they dig it, they keep at it, uh, start climbing that ladder a little bit. Uh, I mean, like Evander Holyfield's son, he played he played football in UGA. Then went pro. Things didn't really work out in the pros, so he signed one of those next in line contracts, and was actually in that show that one like pretty much what was it like American Idol meets Tough Enough or something like that deal. But so now the people who do get in wrestling are, I would say, a good 90% of them are actually fans, and I was always a fan. I'm 5'8", so most of your wrestlers today, I mean, you don't unless you're just kind of born into it or a second generation like a Randy Orton or a pick a Samoan. You don't find too many edges out there who are 6'2", whatever. Um, and Triple H, he's what 6'3", 6'3", something like that. Probably 6'4", but he was always a fan of it. Um, so that's kind of my theory. Most your bigger, legit athletes, they don't make it pro in their chosen sport. Um, they'll just go find something else to do, make it a, a livable I hate saying that phrase livable wage, but get a job that'll actually pay the bills instead of going on the road, find a wrestling school, do the independence, somewhere between, the lucky gas money or a hot dog on the way out. Was that Abdullah the Butcher right there jumping around? Okay, never mind. I thought it was Abdullah the Bu not Abdullah the Butcher, is it? Ah, yeah. Oh, Wilbur Snyder. Well, like I said, this is 1982. Eh, come on, you got main event guys there. You got Rufus R. Jones and Wilbur Snyder, man. Yeah. At first I was looking at the name, but yeah. Yeah, that's no, Sheik and now Casey or Abdullah the Butcher. See him jumping around a little bit. I'm like, "Wait a minute, that can't be Abdullah the Butcher there jumping around." I mean, yes, the hooded hangman looked like maybe a cosplay of Big Van Vader. Of course, Big Van Vader didn't come out till, late '90s. Wilbur Snyder? By golly, I tell you. He was an American wrestler. He was a Hey, another guy who was a football player. Yeah, this is like the tail end of his career. Um, Started wrestling in 1953, retired in 1984, actually passed away in 1991. Like, I take it, one of his big finishing moves was the, abdominal stretch. Snyder's legacy was cemented by WWE announcer Jim Ross, who would later refer to shades of the late Wilbur Snyder anytime somebody used an abdominal stretch for most of the 90s and early 2000s. Oh, his son-in-law is actually Mr. Electricity Steve Regal, not Lord Steven Regal, or who became William Regal, Mr. Electricity Steve Regal. But yeah, he's being credited of basically inventing the abdominal stretch. This was claimed by Bobby the Brain Heenan. He would team with Danny Hodge to win the Japan Pro Wrestling Alliance's NWA International Tag Team Championship. So was the NWA Hollywood WW or World Wrestling Associates International Television Tag Team Champion 4 times. Two with Sandor Zabo and two with Bubba Brazil. Uh, NWA World Tag Team Champion Texas version. 2 times, one with Vern Gagne, one with Pepper Gomez. Of course, I guess the World Wrestling Association Indianapolis, 14-time tag team champion, three with Dick the Bruiser, three with Moose Kuluk, one with Luis Martinez, one with Pat O'Connor, uh, Paul Christie, Pepper Gomez twice, Dominic DeNucci once, and Spike Huber twice. That is Rufus the Freight Train Jones. Yeah, the first Steven Regal. So yes, for those of you who don't know, I had to make sure I wasn't messing up in here. That's the reason I had to look it up. But Rufus R. Jones was the father of the Datra style slick. Which anybody did not know. But yeah, when I was starting wrestling, he was kind of the big star in the Central States Wrestling Association or territory. Actually, Rufus or Slick was the adopted son of uh, Rufus R. Jones and his wife. Began his career in 1968, retired in 1998. Again, like I said before about um, Rufus R. Jones, he worked as a carpenter and attended South Carolina State University, where he played for the football team. He also got involved in boxing and competed as a Golden Gloves boxer, amassing a 32-3 record. So yeah, you probably want to leave that one alone. Yeah, it seemed. I mean, even when I first started wrestling, he was again on a kind of downside of his career. Seemed to be a pretty popular guy amongst the fans. Old Wilbur Snyder. Yeah, I where'd I hear that from? Might have been an interview with Slick I've watched or something like that. I was like, "Wait a minute," and when I seen Rufus, I was like, "Wait a minute, I think he's Slick's dad," but, uh, yeah, I mean, adoptive father, I mean, I don't think Slick ever had say anything a bad word about Rufus. Put put a little stink on that uppercut, didn't he? Is that our favorite bullied referee there? No, that's another referee. Put your hands on me, footlocker. Wilbur Snyder, motherfucker. The abdominal stretch on you, bitch. Yeah, look at the old man get up there for a drop kick. Yeah, it's definitely not Abdullah the butcher. Oh, we got the hot tag to Rufus R now. It's on like Donkey Kong. A Rufus with them big old soup bones. Ain't nothing but a thing like a chicken wing on a string. And that could have been 3 there. Kick him out of there, ref. Show your authority. And somebody needs to give that other dude a big boot or something. Oh, there it is. There's his coup de grace. That Donald stretch. Oh, ref, you missed the whole thing there. Uh-oh. Time to the tree of woe. I stop this ref. There's the bell. Somebody just got this disqualification. Oh, it's breaking down in Tulsa now. It is tonight. By golly, the most dangerous match you'll ever see. Dale Wilkes and Jackie Fulton. And, nah, man, that's Dick the yeah, Dick the Bruiser. Are you talking about the, announcer guy? Well, see, I mean, here's another thing too, it's like, even though they had, hard schedules and stuff like that, uh, now they didn't diet like your body guys would do, uh, today, but these guys would actually go to because, they were, legit athletes. They would, go to the gym, pump that iron, drink a 12-pack of beer, eat a couple steaks. Oh, that is it. But, yeah, um, I hate to make fun of the guy. The heck, I guess everybody else does. Adam Cole. Dude's, uh, but, let's see. Let's look it up. So, oh boy. Okay, so his Adam Cole's build height is 6 foot. I never stood next to Adam Cole, I don't think, but I don't think he's 6. I'm not gonna yeah, no. Um, but I mean, when he Adam Cole was in Ring of Honor and in W or NXT, at least he would, go to gym and stuff like that. Now he just it seems like every time they go to AEW, they yeah. It just seems like every time they go to AEW, they just, you know, cancel their gym membership. So, yeah, they also bill Kyle O'Reilly 6 foot even as well. Now, I've seen them plenty of times stand next to each other, and Kyle O'Reilly always seemed a little taller than Adam Cole. So, I don't think they're exactly the same height. But, um, but regardless, they probably didn't do the same diet routine. Say like a guy like, Roger Strong. Roger Strong, um, not a tall guy. Well, okay, at least they got Roger Strong at 5'10". But, of course, Roger Strong's a little he's 41 now. Uh, but at least he keeps toned a little bit, unlike Adam Cole. But a lot of those guys would because that it was all about the Giants too, I mean, they're not all of them were big, tall guys. I mean, you had Bill Dundee, you had Ken Wayne, Danny Davis, the Nightmares, Mr. Wrestling 2. He probably was I mean, Brad Armstrong was like 5'10", 5'11". I mean, we stood next to Brad Armstrong, so who's that looking well, they got, Mr. Wrestling 2 billed at 6 foot. He was kind of a thick dude. But, like Tony Atlas, uh, he was a big bodybuilder. It's like, "Hey, you're a big dude. Let's, keep the tires around, see what happens here." Um, and not all those wrestlers usually, uh, okay, this is 'cause I just checked out Jerry Lawler's, and they said his build height was 6 foot. Paul Fergie was 6'2". So, I yeah, and oh my gosh. Yeah, I remember when we first started going there, we looked at the website and like I said, a lot of those guys were 6 foot, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm 5'8", so and some of those wrestlers were, like even with me, a couple of those were shorter than me. I mean, I think okay, I don't know if you remember Onyx. I mean, Onyx was a jacked dude. I mean, he was jacked. But if I remember correctly, I think they billed him also as either 5'10" or 6 foot. But still, um, Onyx was shorter than I was, or I am. For Onyx is, you know, I remember, stand up, he'd go around, do the clap hands deal. And when he was a babyface, I was like, shorter than I am. He lied. He lied. He lied. Yeah, Shadow Jackson, he was a bit shorter than me. And he was a pretty jacked dude too. It's a thick motherfucker. I mean, Onyx is more about a body. Onyx is more a body guy, whatever. He was jacked and cut, ripped. Shadow was his like Devon Dudley jack at one point. But yeah, it's all the work, kid. It's all the work. At least Bill Dundee didn't lie to nobody. He told everybody he told everybody he's a little Aussie. I mean, he even said in his promos I don't know if this is work height or fit height. Yeah, 5'7". Believe to- I'll totally believe that one. But yeah, he would be like, I'm 5'7", but I might be a short guy, but I still put a whooping on you. But yeah, I mean, but basically that's what I'm saying. That's kind of my theory is pro wrestling is not getting a lot of the legit athletes anymore that they used to. And I think WWE is trying to change that, or is training, or is like I said, is changing it. They're the best. They're the number one wrestling promotion in the world. In the world, I tell you. Anyway, well, it's getting to be by that time, ladies and gentlemen. Time to fix me some dinner. So, what do y'all say, chat? Give Friday the 13th, Part 5, another look. What's it gonna? I mean, I own a physical copy, so it ain't gonna hurt. I have it, so might as well guess it. Either do that or let it collect dust. So let me know. Either yes, give it another try, or fuck it, skip it, go to 6. What do y'all say? It all depends on you guys, gals. Any more gals out there? Go back, watch again. All right, I'll give it another try. Let y'all know how um, let y'all know how it turns out. If it's I mean, it's kind of like, all right, now, hear me out. Hear me out. If you own a physical copy, do it. Do it this way. Halloween 3, Season of Witch. Cover up the Halloween part and just in your mind, call it Season of the Witch. Forget that Halloween part. Just in your mind, call it Season of the Witch. If you're watching from a streaming service, if any streaming service has them, ignore the Halloween part. Just in your mind, call it Season of the Witch, and give that movie another try. That is actually better if you do it that way. If you don't think of it as a Michael Myers Halloween movie, um, I ain't saying it's great or anything like that, but you get in that right mindset, it's it's a little more tolerable. I mean, it's got some gruesome stuff in it. Not bad, but I mean, it's not great. So, so part 5, New Beginning. That's what I'm going to watch tonight. So, let me go through the whole thing again. Let's see. Appreciate everybody joining me in the chat on YouTube. Join me in the comments on YouTube or Facebook. Don't forget to go to YouTube, subscribe, go to Facebook, follow, befriend me, however you want to do it, or click on Twitter. I'm on Twitter too, even though like I'm not gonna lie to you folks. I do like Facebook. I kind of advertise. I need to play with the social media thing more, but yeah, Tom Atkins. But anyway, uh, again, I appreciate everybody. Tune in next week to all my other content. Like I said, I apologize. I just can't make it all the way through Dynamite until I'll probably watch it tomorrow. And by then, it's like a little too late. So maybe when they go back to their regularly scheduled program, get back into the Dynamite recaps. I think I should be working close to home next week. I think next week I'll be home. Then week after that, it's up to Rockmart, Georgia. But anyway, you folks have a good one. Take it easy. And until next time.
So long from the peach state of Georgia.
Ronald Ray here saying thank you for checking out my video. If you don't mind, go ahead and click that thumbs up button, leave a comment, and share this video with family and friends. I would also appreciate it if you would subscribe to RP2 Vision, where I cover the sport of professional wrestling from yesterday to today. Now, don't forget to click the notification bell as well, so you'll be notified when my other weekly content is available, like Wrestling Trivia Tuesday, WWE Raw Recap, and AEW Dynamite Recap. I also have 2 live streams. Every Thursday at 8 p.m., it's Spot Show Live Stream, where I discuss the latest news in professional wrestling. And on Friday nights at 8 o'clock p.m., it's Wrestling Gold Friday Night, where I discuss the good old days of professional wrestling. When wrestling was wrestling, wrestling was real because it's still real to us. Folks, have a good one and take it easy.